will be a statement on local government finance in the relatively near future, where we have an opportunity to put that question to my right honourable friend.
Mr. Kevin Brennan, point of order.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, under the terms of the timetabling motion for the business that's about to come, we would take a vote if business started now at 5:21, because only 5 hours are allowed, despite the fact that the moment of interruption doesn't come until 6 o'clock under normal business. Is there anything that can be done, even at this late stage, to get us that extra 39 minutes we would have had under normal circumstances, so that honourable members who want to contribute to the debate have a chance to do so?
The timetabling for this particular bill was decided last night. Any other points of order? Sir Thomas Doherty.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, I have given advance notice to the member in question. Mr. Deputy Speaker, during DEFRA questions earlier, Mr. James Gray directed a racist remark towards my honourable friend, the member for Glasgow North East. What steps can you take to protect members of the House from the racist views espoused by Mr. James Gray, and will you now ask him to apologise?
Further to that point of order, Mr. James Gray.
Further to that point of order, Mr. Deputy Speaker, I can't imagine what sedentary remark the honourable gentleman may have heard, but I'm certain that had it been out of order in any shape, size or form, Mr. Speaker, who's in the chair, would certainly pick me up on it. And I think further to that, Mr. Deputy Speaker, as a Scot, born, bred, educated, never left the borders of Scotland until the age of 21, I think, unlike the honourable gentleman, I have the highest respect and love for my native heath. I would never say a single word against it.
It might no, we've had enough on this particular. I'm not taking any more points of order on this, and it might be appropriate, particularly with what is about to be debated later, that I remind members of the House that good temper and moderation are characteristics of parliamentary debate, and I'm sure that if the Chair had heard anything untoward, it would have been dealt with then. Mr. William Bain, point of order.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker. On a point of order, during an answer supplied to me by the Right Honourable Lady, the member for Meriden, during DEFRA questions this morning, she appeared to imply that the document issued by an agency of her own department entitled Poverty Amongst Farming Households related solely to the policies of the previous government. I have examined the document very carefully since DEFRA questions, and I have found references to a document from the Department for Business, Innovation and Skills, and also references to the Agricultural Wages Order. Can you provide the House with some assistance, Mr. Deputy Speaker, on how we can ensure that government departments communicate more effectively with each other, how Secretaries of State can be properly appraised of the contents of their own department's documents, and when she...
Order. Thank you very much. This sounds like an extension of the question time that we had previously, but I'm sure that the Treasury bench will have heard the points that have been made. We're now coming to the presentation of Bill, Chancellor of the Exchequer. Second reading...
Loans to Ireland Bill.
Second reading what day? Tomorrow. We now come to the main business, Consolidated Fund Bill.
Consolidated Fund Bill, second reading.
Now, the question is that the bill be now read a second time. As many as have that opinion say aye. No, I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The question is that the bill be now read the third time. As many as have that opinion say aye. Aye. Of the contrary, no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. We now begin the beginning of the debate on higher education. And with the Speaker standing next to me, I have to inform the House that he has not selected any of the amendments on the order paper. It will be for the convenience of the House if the two motions on education are taken together. I call Secretary Vince Cable.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, with permission, I wish to move the motion standing in my name. The terms of the motion are narrow in terms of a statutory instrument, but as I think you ruled yesterday evening, you would like us to entertain debate on the wider issues involved, because, of course, they arouse very strong feelings inside and outside the House. And the instrument that we're discussing here is a central part of a policy that is designed to maintain high-quality universities in the long term, which tackles the fiscal deficit and provides a more progressive system of graduate contributions based on people's ability to pay. Let me just briefly go over the sequence of events which has led to this debate today. I became Secretary of State in May when the Brown report was being conducted. It had been commissioned by the last Labour government in November last year. The then government had asked the former chief executive of BP to conduct a report in order to prepare the way for an increase in tuition fees, following the earlier introduction of fees and then top-up fees by the last government. And I will take interventions later. I've been asked by the Speaker that both front benches should keep their introductions brief. I will, as honourable members know, I am very happy taking interventions. I will take them when I have developed an argument.
Order. The Secretary of State just resume his seat for a moment. I apologise for having to interrupt the Secretary of State. There are strong opinions on this matter. Passions are aroused. That is understood. That is accepted. What is not accepted by any Democrat is that the Secretary of State should not receive a fair hearing. The right honourable gentleman will be heard. And if members are making a noise and then expecting to be called, I fear that's a triumph of optimism over reality. Secretary of State Cable.
When I became Secretary of State, I invited Lord Brown to make 2 adaptations to the terms of reference that he'd undertaken under the previous government.